Good morning, welcome to 50 Years of Chess. I'm Robert Radford. Today my opponent is Martin Davies from the Radford Chess Club. It was played a long time ago, in 1994 now. I think Martin, I'm not sure what Martin does today, if he's still alive that is. He was a very good chess player. He was one of the strongest players in Bristol at that time, or going back before he played me. During the 80s, 70s and 80s, he was very strong. He was always sort of 190s in odd money, which would have been 2100 easy. So he was a strong player. He had white, and it was a Radford A versus South Bristol B match. So Martin opened with d4, d5, knight f3, knight f6, g3, bishop f5, bishop g2, e6, castles, bishop d6, c4, c6, knight c3, and knight 1d7. So this is the opening plan. Both of us are playing book moves at this date, and it's been played many times over the years by all the professionals and grandmasters going way back. And so Stockfish is just given a plus 0.05 to Martin, which he had right from the start, because White always gets that. Generally, I don't know why it's because he's got first move, I guess. But Martin played rook e1, so his plan is to push in the middle, and I have to combat that so that he doesn't ever get the chance to push on with that pawn eventually to e5 and fork my bishop and knight. It won't do, not as long as I play it correctly. So he played rook e1, knight e4, knight on after d2. He doesn't want my knight there, obviously, and he doesn't want to swap off his knight on c3, which is very important to what goes on in the centre of the board. So I could have took his knight on c3 and doubled his pawns, but he would quickly release that with c takes d in the centre. So I played knight to f5, g5, which is unusual because if he'd have played h5, I would have to have gone back, I guess. I didn't think of that, but I don't know. He played e4, d takes e, knight 2 takes, knight takes, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes, and knight f6. So it was a huge trade-off of pieces there, and we're quickly approaching late middle game, if you want to call it that, and I did okay there because I got my knight back to f6 and Martin's got to move his rook, and he went back to e2, castles, bishop d2, rook c8, in case he pushes that d pawn. I can swap off and have an open file. Bishop c3, best place I guess for it at that time, though I would have played bishop g5 personally, but I think it'd be more productive there. You can always move it back later. Bishop c3, b5. Now this is obvious. If he goes pawn takes, I can then think about pushing on the pawn again and forcing open that c file. But it's weakened my pawns on that side, and he does have a fichetto bishop and have control of the h1 a8 file. So I played b5, b3, b4, pushing on against his bishop. He went back to b2, queen a5. I'm just trying to be active, and the only real way I can see him becoming active as he's controlling the centre squares c4, d4, c5, d5 and e5 at the moment. So I'm trying to just get something going where I can get my pieces out. I was always a bit young and impetuous and I wanted to get my pieces out and attack. I wasn't a great positional player. I can do it, I have done it, but my game has always been more a game of tactics and combinations and things where possible. But this is going to be a difficult one for me. So I played queen a5. Martin played queen d2, so he can bring his other rook into the game. And I switched across to h5. So now I feel I'm in a better position because I've now got activity coming down against this queen. I'm always happier when my pieces are all pointing towards my opponent's king, and I can think about ways of doing damage to him. Not to the opponent, to my opponent's king. So, queen h5, rook doubles now on e1, a5. Martin's still playing a very slow, patient, positional build-up, which was his style. h3, h6, rook e3, rook on f to d8. So I've got what I would say everything covered here at this moment. The only thing I've got to be worried about is if he was to push his d pawn, he could force bishop takes knight on f6. But knowing the person, I didn't think he would do this. And I'm not saying about playing the man on the board, but I just kind of knew he wouldn't. So he played queen d2, looking for a queen trade. And I was happy to oblige my higher rated opponent because a draw would do nicely for me. I'm playing for a team here, not for myself, and so I didn't always look to try to win every attempt when I was at the board. Rook takes. Rook d7, so that I can get over to that a pawn if need be. Yep, so it's all happening with the d pawn on the d file now. Martin plays rook d3. So I went across to the a file, as I said, for the time being. As I push the pawn onto a4, he's not concerned about this at the moment. He's pushing in the centre. I was hoping to get him involved over there. So here we are. This was his plan. He thought about this. And now, as you can see, Stockfish is pointing his bishop to take the knight and double up my pawns. And that would cause me a lot of trouble. But I've got to answer this in a minute. So what I did was push my pawn on rather than retake and avoid that smash up of my kingside pawns. So I played e5. I've given him a pass pawn, but I'm going to blockade it. This is my plan. Just dig in with my heels and just hold on and hope I can contain him. Pawn takes pawn, and then I came rook down. So I pinned that bishop because the rook on e2 it's not connected, not covered. So it's not a bad move. Rook a2. Now he's got both his rooks covering the bishop, so there's nothing down there for me, but it's making him think. So I went back to d7 as part of the blockade plan, and it's going to be difficult for him to get anywhere now. He has two attacks on my e-pawn on e5, but nothing there. I got knight and bishop covering. So now he's gone in bishop e4 because he's obviously going to go down b1 and kick my rook out of there. That's the plan, to say get lost. Then I played g6, and there you go, bishop b1. So rook back to a5, and I'm just now keeping tabs on his d5 pawn. So should he wish to move his rook to c2, I could swap rooks and then pick up the pawn. So he's gone g4. Now I brought the other rook up, putting some pressure on his d pawn. So he's had to go back with his bishop to cover it. And I'm taking the game to him now. I'm really pleased that I'm playing this way, actively. When you're playing better players, if you sit back and let them take control, they just kill you. So you got to fight back. Knight f6, bishop bishop g2, and then I went back with the knight because I want to show you. I actually offered him a draw here, and he took the draw. He was happy with the draw because he could see that it was probably drawn here. We're both at 0-0 on Stockfish. There's probably a lot of play here if you wish, but I'm happy with the draw. Like I said, I was playing for the team, and I don't think Martin thought he'd done enough to want to play on and push for a win. Let's have a look at what happens here. Now I've got 3 pieces attacking his d pawn. He's got 2 defending it. He's also got 2 attacking my e pawn, and only 1 defending it. So if we were to say, for instance, that I took the knight, takes the pawn, and he takes the pawn, we're still level, and there's nothing. Bishop takes, rook takes, and I can just move my knight away, maybe into c3. You could play rook, check, and even if he went, say, there, for instance, to e8, he's not got no black square bishop to check me or anything. I can easily get out, so I could quickly capture this pawn. I think, no, yes, I could capture that pawn. You can't defend it. You can't play bishop d4, d5. So there was something there for me. Maybe I should have played on, I don't know. But I'm not saying Martin would have gone after my king anyway. I just don't think so. He's more likely to have played something like rook takes rook, rook takes rook, and then hit my b pawn. But I got check, so no, he's not going to do that. But anyway, the point is, we both felt that draw was the right result at this time. So I want to that's it. I want to thank you for watching this game, and hope that you got something out of this draw, that you certainly got an understanding maybe of how good players play often. They don't, players like Martin was always safety first, always believed in preservation before wanting to wipe out his opponents. So I hope you enjoyed this. He was a nice guy, but he doesn't play chess anymore. If he does, he was a bit older than me, and he would be, if he was alive, he'd be 80, I should think. So nice to show you this game from a very fine man, and he was a nice guy. We shook hands, spoke to each other, and I thanked him for the piece he put in the Western Daily Press about me, about my game. So there you go, Martin Davies, former Orfield Chess Club player, one of the true club favourites, and well liked by everyone he knew. Thank you.